Good afternoon, keepers of the cash. Gary B, the casual comic guy here, and we have Savage Saturday Comic Review 15. Now, we've been on a pretty good streak with a lot of great stories lately, and I'm here to tell you, it all stops now. So today, we are reviewing Red Sonja Scavenger Hunt. Now, this book has the ubiquitous honor of being the last published work of Red Sonja at Marvel, while Red Sonja the license was still held by them. They did do a crossover with Dynamite, with Spider-Man and Red Sonja, but at that point, Dynamite had the rights to Red Sonja. So this was their last effort before the rights went to Dynamite, and it was a bad effort, and we're going to get into why. So Scavenger Hunt pretty much tells you what it's about, and I'm going to read the synopsis from the Marvel Database website because it's good. There's no reason to change it or to tell you anything different than what this says. It's accurate. It sums it up nicely. So Red Sonja gets caught up in a scavenger hunt for the pieces of a mystical set of armor which preserves a woman's soul. Alright, so our tale starts at the beginning. She's in a bar, as Sonja is, drinking. And then, of course, the writer goes to the old trope. Some dude wants her, doesn't care that she's a woman. There's no way she can be powerful, blah, blah, blah. Fight ensues. She kills the dude. And our adventure begins. She meets someone else in the bar, which puts the scavenger hunt in motion. And we find out there was a woman that was murdered. And she had a mystical set of armor. The scavengers who took the armor from her scattered it when they found out they were being hunted by the prince who was meant to be married to her. And now that the scavengers are gone, they've been dealt with, but they hid the armor, and he has a scavenger hunt for it, and there's a prize for anyone that gathers it. And that's all I'm going to tell you. So there's monsters, there's trials, but it's all fluff, and it all doesn't mean anything. So the cover artist is billed as Glasshouse Graphics, and I'm going to show it to you here. But again, Glasshouse Graphics, it's cartoony as hell. It doesn't look good. The proportions are ridiculous. It just doesn't look right. And it's very blah. I give the cover a C. Not a very high grade. The writer, Glenn Hardling. This story is a C plus at best. It's very contrite. It's very rehashed. All the characters are copy and paste of every character Sonja meets in this book. So he meets one character, the next character is the same way. The next character is the same way. The next character is the same way. Everybody's looking for the armor. Everybody wants to be the only one that gets it. Nobody cares about anyone else. Everyone comes to an uneasy alliance to find it, waiting to betray the other people. It's a whole swarm of people that are written exactly the same way, and the only way to tell them apart is that they're drawn differently. A little. They almost all have the same body type. They're almost all carbon copies of each other. And it's just not interesting. So, this armor they're after, it's a sword, a short sword, a helm, a shield, a girdle, and a breastplate. So you have all these stops along the way to gather all these items. The woman that Sonja teams up with in the beginning, that was watching in the bar her fight this dude and eventually kill him, knows where the pieces are, knows the trials. She has all the destinations. Well, she has them. Everybody else has them. And again, Sonja teams up with her because Sonja doesn't need her, but this lady knows the way. They become friends, and their friendship is the only redeeming quality probably of this tale, but they shoehorn it in a couple scenes, and they try to give it a meaning that you don't feel when events unfold. And because you just don't care, there's a whole group of first appearances and immediate deaths in the book. So a lot of these people just appear in this one book, and you really don't care to ever see them again. So like I said, every character is a copy and paste of each other. Different features, predictable betrayals, meaningless deaths. The art inside by Ken Lashley, forgettable. It's a D. The creatures he draws are cool. The people, again, very, very similar body types with just different armor and ridiculous armor. If you thought the chainmail bikini was already ridiculous, the outfits in this are even more so. Alright, so overall, man, the conclusion of this was kind of predictable. And the conclusion, I'm going to give a C2. There's not really a lot of great things to say about this. And if this was the best Marvel had to offer Red Sonja at this time, you can kind of see why they don't have the license anymore. Even though I'd like to see it return to them and see new creatives at Marvel tackle it. Especially after reading issue 25 and seeing a complete letdown in the writing from the first 2 years of the new series, which was fantastic. But overall, subpar effort, barely passable story, and very skippable. So let me save you the money. Let me save you the read. Don't bother. That's it for today, guys. That was Savage Saturday Comic Review 15. They can't all be winners. This is a book a completionist buys. I'm that completionist. This is the second time I've read it. I don't think there'll be a third. And that's it for now. I hope everyone's having a fantastic weekend. And until next time, keep it casual.